Thank you so much, Surbi and Sugand. That was magnificent. And actually, I met the twins, I think it was the second or third day of orientation. They were volunteering for a multicultural orientation. Thank you so very much. It now gives me pleasure to present another of our graduating seniors who will introduce our commencement speaker. Courtney Alexis Britt from Jarrett, Virginia, is a business administration major with a concentration in marketing. She serves as a student coordinator for Diversity Roundtable, comprised of representatives from student government organizations with missions that address cultural identity, diversity, and inclusion, or social justice. Courtney is also a devoted member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, where she has been treasurer for the past 2 years. She also serves in the peer and mentoring program, a student assistant at the campus post office, and a member of the American Marketing Association. Courtney, will you please come forward?
It is my honor to introduce our 2016 commencement speaker, a role model for us all, and personally for me, as someone deeply committed to inclusivity and social justice through activities such as the University of Richmond's Diversity Roundtable. And most importantly, someone who has devoted her life to helping the lives of others, Ms. Charlene Hunter Galt. Ms. Hunter Galt is a pioneering civil rights activist and distinguished journalist who has bravely shattered barriers throughout her extraordinary life. A native of South Carolina, Ms. Hunter Galt spent the latter years of her childhood in segregated Atlanta. In 1961, she and former high school classmate Hamilton Holmes became the first 2 students to integrate the University of Georgia, risking her personal safety to open doors for African American students in the South. As the first African American woman to graduate from Georgia, Ms. Hunter Galt earned a degree in journalism in 1963 and entered a field that employed very few women at the time. She quickly established herself as a talented, respected leader. She accepted her first job as editorial assistant at the New Yorker magazine and was quickly promoted to staff writer before earning a Russell Sage Fellowship. Ms. Hunter Galt then worked as a reporter and anchor for WRC-TV in Washington, D.C., before returning to print journalism at the New York Times, where she established the newspaper's new Harlem Bureau. In 1978, Ms. Hunter Galt joined PBS's McNeil-Lowry Report, later named The News Hour with Jim Lehrer, and spent 2 decades at PBS before moving to South Africa to open National Public Radio's News Bureau. She later joined CNN as the network's bureau chief in Johannesburg. When Nelson Mandela was released from prison in 1990, Ms. Hunter Galt was one of the first journalists to interview him. And over the years, she has conducted more interviews with the anti-apartheid activists than any other reporter. Committed to reporting stories that uncovered inequality and promoted the rights of citizens around the world, Ms. Hunter Galt has earned 2 Peabody Awards and 2 National News and Documentary Emmy Awards. She is the author of 4 books and the recipient of more than 30 honorary degrees, including the one we are delighted to award her today. It is a tremendous privilege and indeed an honor to have the opportunity to introduce Ms. Hunter Galt, as we are both members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated and strive to uphold the ideals of the sorority through a commitment to sisterhood and public service. Fellow members of the class of 2016, please join me in welcoming Charlene Hunter Galt.